Hi, guys. Happy Halloween. It is October 31st, and it is a Thursday, which normally would kind of mean a school night, but since I don't have a regular job, it's basically just another night. And since my daughter is in college, for her, it is like the party night of the year. That's what I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about how Halloween has changed, and not just as we get older as parents, but as we get older in our lives in general. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that even when, she was 16 or even a little bit younger and was hanging out with friends and not focused on trick or treating anymore, because I guess that ended, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12. I don't even remember when it ended. It just all of a sudden she didn't want to go anymore. And then we started, and I say we meaning her father and I, because we still like to see her get dressed up and go to parties and do all those things. We would still spend Halloween having adult fun, meaning basically getting dressed up and sitting outside of a house and scaring the bezeekers out of the kids going around the neighborhood. It was fun. And the kids loved it. Honestly, we weren't like that scary. But this year was a little different. Last year I was in my RV for Halloween also, but I was actually visiting my father. So I wasn't even alone. I still had people around me. And this year, this is the first time that I think I've officially been alone on Halloween. And I have always really kind of loved Halloween, but not because of the Halloween aspect. It was basically because we got to get dressed up and go out to the bar and drink weird drinks and had an excuse to dress weird or sexy or however everybody did it at that point in their lives. We used to have so much fun on Halloween. And this year, it's kind of a little bit depressing because it's 75 degrees outside, so it's nice. It's dark, but I really don't feel like doing anything. I mean, I am much more comfortable sitting on my sofa watching a scary movie with my wine and the dinner that I made for the night, which I used a crock pot because, I don't know, it's still a football night and it's still one of those days that just feels like it was a crock pot night. So my dinner is ready. I'm sure you heard the beeping in the background. And my daughter has called me 20 times today because she is super excited about Halloween. And it's not just about tonight either. They have like this whole weekend thing planned. So she has 3 different outfits or costumes for tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday night. It's like a whole thing. And they're doing this partner thing. So they're doing that partner thing. It's like a group costume thing. So they're her and her best friend and a couple of the other folks in her friend group are getting dressed up as a thing. Like tonight, they're all doing army folks. So they're all dressing up in some sort of random camo. And I don't know what tomorrow night is. I know that one night she's dressing up like Kesha. So they're doing like random rock star night. They were talking about doing Wanda and can't remember his name, like the Fairly Odd Parents. They were gonna dress up like that. Like they have this whole thing planned out. They've been planning it for a month. I don't remember getting that crazy. I remember going to Party City or whatever the Halloween shop at the time. Maybe it was Spirit then. I don't even remember. And putting random costumes together. I do remember when my ex and I were together, one of our very first Halloweens, I dressed up as a devil, and I must say it was a very good costume. And we dressed him up as a woman, and it was the first time he'd ever dressed up like a woman. I had to get him a bra that was a triple queen D or some random nonsense. Like, it was huge. Stuffed it with socks, put him in a dress, gave him a wig. And we have a picture of the two of us that night that my daughter actually keeps in her dorm room so everybody can see it. I don't know why. We looked really good, I will say, but it's so weird. It's weird for her to want to show that off because she ignores pretty much everything else we do. But that night, that picture, that resonates with her. And for some reason, maybe that's why she's getting a little crazy with Halloween. But my whole point of this talk is that she has been calling me nonstop today. Like, she calls me all the time anyway, but today has been even worse. And it's her excitement, her I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I need to go here, and she got a spray tan and she got like all of this stuff in preparation for Halloween night. Meanwhile, she had an accounting exam this evening, which, by the way, she's in accounting too, and she's very good in math, but this class has taken her down. The very first exam they had, she got like a 48%. Literally, she called me in tears afterwards because she swore she knew nothing. And according to her percentage, she knew nothing. So, I needed a sip of wine because these chats are based on happy hour chats. And I am so glad that I don't have to deal with the dressing up and the trick-or-treating. I did enjoy her first couple of years getting her dressed up, but it was more about dragging her around and us just celebrating the parenthood fact of being able to dress her up and drag her around. And then there was like this point in the middle where she really enjoyed dressing up, but she'd rather give out candy than actually do the trick-or-treating aspect of it. And then it got to the point where it was, I don't want to get dressed up. I think I'm too old for this. It's ridiculous. I don't want to do this anymore. So we stopped. And then after that came the years of, it's time for me to get dressed up. So-and-so is having a party and I want to get dressed up. But the costumes were so basic. They were so simple. We literally went to Party City and she'd pick something out and it'd be perfect. Now, fast forward, the next level of Halloween for her and her friends is to get dressed up for 3 nights in a row in different costumes and just spend the whole night at a bar or a club or whatever they do. She's in college. I don't ask questions as long as she, keeps me posted and makes good choices, doesn't drive and makes the right choices. I know I can't stop her. I made terrible choices too. But I digress. Her choices are her choices. But it's the costume and the extravagance of the whole thing. I don't really remember doing that. Is that a generation thing? Is it, this generation of teenagers, I know what TikTok shows. I know what they all wear. I know what they all do. And I don't want to be that parent that is just like, why are you doing that? And I don't think you should do that. And constantly second guessing her and telling her what to do. It's her life. She's 19 years old, almost 20. Her choices are her choices. But this Halloween thing, I just don't really get. I am going to sit here and enjoy her texting and her calling. And as soon as she gets dressed, I know they're all going to call me before they go out because that's what they do typically anyway. But this time it's different. So my excitement level for her to be dressed in these random costumes going out on a night like Halloween is not quite as high as I'm sure she's hoping it would be. So I'm going to try to find a way to pull it together without showing this huge disappointment look on my face of, I don't think you should do it. I don't think you should go out. I don't think you should do that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here in a sweatshirt and an orange tank top, I'm ready to watch a movie and have dinner on the sofa and go to bed at a reasonable time. And I still have to find that excitement level to make her feel good about going out, or just to make her think that I am excited for her because she's so excited. Anyway, that's my ramble for this evening. I didn't really have anything planned, but for the 30th time that she called me after her accounting exam, and she was so excited because she feels really good about this one, I just thought, hey, it's Halloween. I should talk about Halloween. And if anybody wants to talk about Halloween or their kids at Halloween or their favorite adventure at Halloween or favorite costume, definitely put that in the comments, because I'm curious. Am I the only one that feels this way? A, as a parent, and B, as a single human who maybe going out on Halloween isn't such a bad idea if I want to meet people. But again, I digress. That's it for tonight. If you're interested in hearing any more of my thoughts, or talking about RV life or interior design, or anything random, I'm just still throwing spaghetti at the wall right now, but I do have a lot to say, and I will continue saying it. So if you're enjoying it, or you want to join me for a glass of wine on my sofa, let's have happy hour. Let's chat. Let's talk. Let's do all of the things. But definitely subscribe, ring the bell, and please. I could use all of the moral support that I could get, and it kind of makes me feel like you guys maybe are listening. So thank you for that, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.